SANDHAN, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good morning, this is Hardi Raval from KS School of Business Management. Our today's topic is job design. Let us start something about job. Job in simpler terms is task. Task is what we understand by the complexities of the work, that is division of the work into various pieces. According to Del Yoder, a job is a collection or combination of tasks, duties, responsibilities which as a whole is regarded as a regular assignment to individual employees and which is different from other assignments. That is, when you are collecting or combining the tasks as in what you have to do daily on regular basis, what all are the duties. Say a sweeper has to sweep, that is the duty of a sweeper, or a carpenter has to make furniture, that is the duty. In the organization, those tasks, duties and responsibilities at together are called as job. But this is not something that is assignment. Assignment is a task and you have to supposed to complete in a given duration. Job is your responsibility and duty. Thus, a job may be defined as a group of positions involving some duties, responsibilities, knowledge and skill. When you have duties, you have to work on daily basis and you are having some responsibilities like you have to work on a regular basis, or you are coming to an organization, you are a teacher and you are supposed to teach for certain minutes. Those are the responsibilities. Say for example, a clerk has to come and see the regular clerical work on daily basis, or an accountant who has to check the accounts daily using the knowledge. Say for example, the accountant is supposed to have the knowledge of credit and debit, or a teacher who's teaching communication should know how to communicate, or the teacher who's teaching literature, so the knowledge should be there in literature and skills. Say for there are certain positions or there are certain jobs in which knowledge and skills are together important. Say for example, communication. When you talk, you need to develop the skills of speaking or confidence or eye contact or public relation. Those things are to be carried out when the job is to be taken. Each job has a definite title based on the standard trade specialization with the job. Say there are various levels of organization or there are various levels of job. On basis of those jobs, different titles are to be given. Titles, say for example, project head. A project head has to see or look over entirely about the project. Or standard trade, that means there are certain standards or trading specialization which an individual is supposed to look after. This is an overview of a job. Job is very much different, like a peon, clerk, supervisor, accountant, manager, etc. A job may include many positions. A position is particular set of duties and responsibilities regularly assigned to an individual. Say for example, there is an individual for various team or various tasks. Daily he has to do or she has to do those jobs. Say a teacher has to teach regular basis the same subject, that is the job what a teacher does. Now let us come to the main topic, that is job design. Job design is followed by job analysis. What is job, that we have discussed in detail. Now job and job analysis. Job analysis is analyzing the job, what position you are having, description of the job, that all is included in job analysis. Now job design is being done after the analysis of the job, when the job is decided that a person has to do certain jobs, after doing certain jobs, analysis on the same jobs are being done. After analysis, the next step is job designing. Now, job designing involves the conscious efforts to organize tasks, duties, and responsibilities in a unit of work to achieve certain objectives. Say, for example, a company is supposed to launch a new product. That new product is supposed to launch, and the goal is to launch the objective is to launch a certain product. That is the objective. Now, to fulfill the objective, a person has to organize tasks. Say, for example, what tasks are to be done. They have to plan, coordinate, organize, and control entire tasks. With the task, they have to give duties to an individual. Each individual is supposed to do certain duties, and he has certain responsibilities to fulfill. So when these tasks, duties, and responsibilities are consciously made in a unit to achieve certain objective, that is being called as job design. Now, job design is a very simple and complicated at the same time process. This is a 3-step process. There are major 3 steps which is to be taken in account in detail just to get the job design correctly done. First step is the specialization of individual task. Now, what all are the specific tasks that is to be in detail understood? What is specification? What is to be done? When is to be done? Where is to be done? Those tasks. Say, for example, there is a car making company. So, extensions of the car, the color of the car, the engine, the cc power, the 2x2, 2x4 specifications of tasks. Who will do those things to be specified first? Second step in this process is specification of the methods of performing each task. Say, for example, a car is to be modified. A car is already there and we are supposed to modify the car. But how it is to be modified, how the seats are to be done. Or for example, there is a chemical industry in which benzene is being produced. So for making benzene, certain chemicals are needed. So what chemicals are to be taken, in which methods the production is to be carried out, or say for example it is a service. Say your job design or you're assigned as a receptionist. So what is the method to answer the call? How would you greet the person? How would you end the call? How would you start the call? Those are the specifications of methods are must and a very important step in job designing. The combination of the tasks and specific jobs to be assigned to individual, that is the third step. In first step, what we did was we specified the task, what tasks are to be done. Now what was the second step? The second step was the specialization of the method, how the task is to be done. Now third step is the step in which the tasks are to combine together, and when tasks are combined together they are called as job. Now these jobs are given to the assigned individual. Say for example, there is a software company and there are 4 or 5 software to be developed together. So what software are to be developed is the first step. How would they develop the software? That will be the second step. Now those tasks are arranged and combined together and the job is made. Now this job is given to the specific individual. Say for example, one is expertise of Java and other is of C. Then these two are to be given to 2 different individuals. That is the third step of job designing. So here the first and third steps are about the content of the job, what the job does have, what the job is having within that is the first and third step. And second step is how the job is being done, what is to be done, how it is to be carried out, what is the easiest manner to do it, or how cost efficient the method is being made, or how fast the production is done, how quality is to be maintained, that is being looked at the second step. So this is a 3-step process, that is job designing process. First step is specification of individual task. Second is specifications of the method of performing each task. And the third step is when you combine the task into job and then you assign to certain individual. This is the third step. So this was the process of job designing. So when we are designing a job, we are supposed to look in detail. Those details are to be already taken in job analysis. Job analysis has all the details of the job, the methods. In designing, you just have to, or we just have to combine the various components of analysis. Say for example, various analysis are to be taken and those steps are to be combined or merged together at this job designing stage. Traditionally, the practice in designing job has been simplifying the task to be performed. I wish to share how this job designing actually start. I wish to I wish to enumerate how this job designing started. Henry Ford is the person who started this job designing. He was having an automobile company. What happened in the last century, say in the prior 10-15 years of last century, where the era where there were less of education, and due to that there were less skilled employees available. So this automobile factories are itself very complex factories. So Henry Ford did introduced job designing just to simplify the tasks to be performed. Say for example, what he did was, there was a man who used to build the doors of the cars. So he used to build the doors of the cars for eras. Then there was a person who used to modify the seats of the car, or the person who used to look over the engine, or the person who was supposed to look over the color of the car. So these things are to be were being done, and this was developed by Henry Ford in the first 2 decades of last century. So what this job designing was all after development that result into simplification of the task. At the same times, the jobs were highly specialized job. That means if at all the person is supposed to make 1200 cc car engine on regular basis, he will be expertise and his specialty will be that machine making or 1200 cc engine making only. If at all the person will be given more cc engine, so that would be little difficult for the person to carry out the entire process. Ultimately, a slightly negative point developed that brought the boredom in the job, or the degradation of the job holder. So the self-esteem of the job holder was not satisfied, because he has to perform regular basis same job. I have to come to college, I have to do certain things, I have to go back next day for years together. The same thing has to be done. So this may be considered as the negative point of job designing. Now let us see the exact definition of job designing. Job designing is identification of job duties, characteristics, competencies and sequences taking into consideration technology, workforce, organization's character and environment. Say for example, there are certain job duties and those job duties are having certain characteristics, and depending on those characteristics, competencies or sequence are to be taken. Say for example, there is a production process of noodles. So for noodle making job or designing the job for a noodle production, we have to make the dough first, then we have to give the shape to the noodles, then we have to boil the noodles, then we have to dry the noodles. So the sequencing of the job is very important in job designing. Job force and these all things, these characteristics were taken in account to looking at the environment or the structure of the organization. So this is job design. Job design is, yes, productivity affected, but quality of work life is also tied to job design. Say for example, if job design is to be done, productivity gets increased because a person has designed job according to the characteristic, according to the nature of an individual, according to the expertise of an individual, but the productivity increases. With the same time, quality of work life even is increased. Say for example, for certain period of time, a person will get motivated to work because he knows and he is working in the field of his expertise. But after some certain time, this will bring fatigue. A person will not like to work because change is all a human being needs. And this is the duty of human resource department to look after the quality of the work as well as an individual. Now the jobs are the central link between the employees and organization. Employees need the work to earn, and